There's a lot of talk around sanctions ever since the early 2000s when the land reform began.
I love Makandio.
But I would change the corruption.
So I think people see Zimbabwe as a political risk.
When he recently said, "Anoya kuchechi kwangu ndompa mita,"
So I think it limits our potential.
Corruption starts with you, and corruption ends with you.
In a nutshell, I would say our future is bright. Thank you.
Fine girl from Zimbabwe.
Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. As you guys can see, I'm not alone today. Guys, please introduce yourself.
Hello guys, how are you? My name is Kelvin Birut. I'm a content creator, an award-winning content creator here in Zimbabwe. And I'm gonna pass the mic to
Hello guys, I'm Hamu, but you guys can call me Bezio Hamudi Nyakuba. That's my username. I'm a YouTuber, a small YouTuber actually, the smallest around this table.
You should know where you stand.
So I'm going to pass the mic to one of the biggest YouTubers that I have.
The biggest real estate YouTuber.
Yes, in Zimbabwe.
Am I the biggest?
Yes.
Anyway, guys, welcome to Tino Sparks. Hey, what do you do?
Hey, what to do?
If you're here for the first time, hi.
Nice.
Anyway, guys, it's nice to be here. We're enjoying some KFC in Avonlea or Greencroft. We're in Avonlea, guys. It's nice. First time at this KFC. The meat is fantastic, and it's nice to be in a community of YouTubers, guys.
Yeah.
Show some love for Tino Sparks.
I'm having a crushed burger. This is a dunked burger, and I love it so much. It's so nice. Yeah.
You think I need my chips? My chips. All right.
Podcast yangu yakaputika kuda kuti barani ngenyawana ndokuunza kana KFC. Kutenga KFC yangu ndoija uri pamberi.
What's one thing you like about Zimbabwe?
The people, I would say. The people, Zimbabweans, us. What I've noticed, I've traveled to Zambia, I've traveled to Malawi, and when I came back to Zimbabwe, I started to appreciate my country more. You know, there are certain things that we take advantage and we don't really appreciate enough.
Things like what?
Like Zimbabwe is a safe country. Zimbabweans are business minded, very creative. If I am to look at Zimbabwe, I would say Zimbabwe is very creative.
I like to say they're also very tenacious.
What do you mean by tenacious?
Shingirira, even through the hardships, they're always aim to win, no matter how hard
exactly.
the journey may be.
One of the attributes that I can praise about Zimbabweans is that they can't afford to be depressed. Like they know that what I'm going through is hard. And if I was somebody else, I could have stayed home and say I'm not feeling well. But we are always pushing, to make things better. That's what I can say.
That's good. If we were to change one thing about Zimbabwe, what would it be? Just anything.
Probably, and I don't mean this in a political manner,
Yeah.
but I would change the corruption.
The corruption.
Yeah, it's just that the way that it affects us as individual, not being politically affiliated. Hey, it's very, very hard.
And I guess it's corruption is everywhere.
Yeah.
For us who studied political science, we say corruption is ubiquitous. In every country there is corruption. Corruption starts with you, and corruption ends with you. So each and every one of us who's part of the country of Zimbabwe, I believe if we just work towards together, manage our resources, because it starts with throwing litter on the floor, you understand? If you're just able to put it in the bin, then no funds will be wasted towards going that. No one is going to be paid for mahala.
I'm going to be passing the mic to Mr. Zim.
Before I pass it to Mr. Zim, I love Makandio. I don't go to his church, but I just love how he does his thing.
Why?
Makandio actually proves a point that people listen to respond. They don't listen to understand. when he recently said anoya kuchechi kwangu ndompa mita, some people when they were coming out commenting on what he said, you could tell that these people, they were not really listening to understand what Makande was saying. Even the whole sermon when he said, like I said, I don't go to his church.
Yeah.
I just listen to what he says. When he said, if you go to heaven and you don't find me there, you have gone to hell. For me, individually, I see nothing wrong with what he said. You, as an individual, you know what God did for you.
Yeah.
It's his mercy that is going to lead you to heaven.
I don't like fries.
It's too much.
I don't like fries.
What do you like?
Meat.
Mr. Zim.
I like meat. What to pizza? Mr. Zim, what is the development looking like in Zimbabwe right now? Since you're the real estate one, what is the development of Zimbabwe looking like right now, and what does the future hold for Zimbabwe in terms of development and real estate?
Okay, no, thank you so much for that question. The development in Zimbabwe right now is quite rapid. A lot of people are constructing houses, cluster houses, commercial properties. If you look at Harare in the last 5 years, it has gotten more shopping malls than it ever did in the 20 years prior to that. So there's a lot of investment going into the real estate space. But I would say that in terms of the future, I think the future is even brighter because, as you know, Zimbabwe does not have long-term lenders.
I'm sorry, what are long-term lenders?
People who are willing to invest money in Zimbabwe for the long term.
Why
So I'm not sure. I think people see Zimbabwe as a political risk. There's a lot of talk around sanctions ever since the early 2000s when the land reform began, when our economic problems began. So that perception of Zimbabwe being a negative country is still there. So I think it limits our potential. But despite all of that, I think the country is still progressing very well. There's new developments all over the place. I think our cement consumption is at an all-time high. We have never consumed as much cement as we're consuming today, despite the challenges. So imagine one day when the challenges are all gone, how far we can go. I think you will see skyscrapers everywhere. You will see more high-end properties coming up everywhere across Harare, but not only across Harare, across Zimbabwe. Of course, at the moment, most of the attention is around Harare. I would say the fastest growing cities right now are Harare and Mutare. There is, correct, yeah. If you look at the census figures from 2012 to 2022, you will see that the highest growth rates were in Harare and Mutare. Of course, the other cities like Masvingo and Bulawayo, Gweru, they also grew, but at much lower rates. So I think with the real estate space, you need to look out for that. You need to look out, where the growth is and why those areas are growing. Harare is growing obviously because it's the most favored investment destination for anyone investing in Zimbabwe. And Mutare, ever since the Bay Report was expanded, there's a lot more traffic going through Mutare, so that creates business opportunity. Yeah. So in a nutshell, I would say our future is bright. Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
This is why he's the real goat when it comes to real estate. This one.
Guys, this is what other Zimbabweans are saying about Zimbabwe. What do you have to say about Zimbabwe? What do you like about Zimbabwe? Drop a comment in the comment section down below. For me, the best thing that I love about Zimbabwe is the safety. It's very peaceful and you can get around anywhere without looking over your shoulder. Who's coming after me? Who's going to stab me? Things like that. I've lived in other countries where safety is actually a luxury, and I love that about Zimbabwe. Anyway, thank you so much, you guys, for watching today's video. I hope you guys really enjoyed it. Please give this video a huge thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't. We're on the road to 20,000 subscribers, and guys, it's been long coming. Please, let's get to 20,000 subscribers. And also, don't forget to subscribe to these YouTube channels. I will leave their channels in the description bar down below. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye. What else do you want to say on my channel?
Well, guys, as I've said earlier, I'm just a newbie in this game, so type Bezel Nyakuba on your search bar. You'll find me there. That's my channel.